Everyone knows Cristiano Ronaldo's football game, UFO. It's meant to rival eFootball and EAFC. But did you know there are over 10 video games that have been released by football players for the same reason? These include some of the all-time greats and Ballon d'Or winners. Even Sir Alex Ferguson released his own football game. They all died out on their own and never managed to offer any serious competition. I've downloaded all 10 of these games and I'll be playing them all to answer these questions, starting with Sir David Beckham. David Beckham released David Beckham Soccer in 2001 for the PS1, PS2, Xbox and Game Boy consoles. You can play a career mode like in FIFA and PES, and you can also compete in a series of tournaments. For each of these games, I'll try to complete a challenge with the footballer behind the game. Since this is David Beckham's game, my target is to win a match with him. In this game, he plays for England and Man United, so I picked up England and proceeded to get my ass handed to me by France. I managed to scrape a 1-0 win on my 6th try, and I was not going to let anyone take that from me.
Pass. Go.
For each game, I'm going to give it a rating on a tier list from S tier all the way down to D tier. I'd like to remind you that these ratings are based on how I feel about the game and nothing else, because you guys went crazy in my comment section last time. David Beckham gets an A tier. If you thought a player as high profile as David Beckham releasing his own video game was crazy, then try a 2-time Ballon d'Or winner. Ronaldo Nazario released his game Ronaldo v Football in 2000 for the PS1. It has 5 game modes, with the main one being the V Football, which is their version of the World Cup. It has over 176 international teams, which is 3 times more than FC26 if you believe it. Since it's R9's video game, the challenge is to win a match with Brazil. Winning on this game wasn't anywhere near as difficult as it was in Beckham's game. What was difficult was finding out how to set up the game. The only language options they had was German, Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian. There's no English option. So I had to bring out the Spaniard in me. This is how you plug in the computer. Okay, let's go. I lost by 1 goal on my first try, figured out the controls, and then proceeded to lose again in my second match. By a golden goal of all things, like I totally forgot golden goals used to be a thing in football. 2 losses, but I was going into the game, and by the 3rd match, I had already adjusted to the game's controls. Both keepers were going crazy in this match if I'm being honest. Go, shoot. I am pressing the shoot button and he didn't shoot. For some reason, he didn't shoot. In the end, the corner in the 66th minute was a difference maker. Go, shoot, go. I promise, I did not spend the rest of the game trying to waste as much time as possible. Ronaldo, you get an 8 here. Now to breeze through some games, David O'Leary and Steven Gerrard both released their own football games on the Game Boy consoles. O'Leary for the Game Boy Color and Gerrard for the Game Boy Advance. Both games were quite similar and part of this genre of games called the Player Manager games. Another legend to release a Player Manager game is 2-time Ballon d'Or winner Kevin Keegan for the SNES. All 3 of these games are quite similar. The main difference is the graphics. Since Gerrard and Kevin Keegan's game were released on the more advanced consoles, they have better graphics, but in terms of gameplay, I have to give it to David O'Leary. It is the most enjoyable of all 3. Steven Gerrard and Kevin Keegan, I didn't really like as much. I really enjoyed O'Leary Player Manager. It's a B tier. Gerrard's Total Soccer is a C tier game for me, and Kevin Keegan's Player Manager is also a C tier. Up next, you probably guessed it, it's another Ballon d'Or winner. The target was to win a match with Michael Owen's Liverpool, which I was not very happy about since I'm a Man United fan. It took me 2 games to get my first win after what was probably the most stressful penalty shootout of my life. Please. Okay. I'm going central. Yes. Michael Owen World League Soccer is quite okay for a game from 1998. Like, I could imagine myself as a kid in the 90s playing it. It's at least a B tier for me. If I asked you what the oldest console you know was, what would you say? PS1, Game Boy, maybe even the SNES? Well, how about the Commodore 64? The Commodore 64 is an 8-bit home computer and it holds the Guinness World Record as the best-selling single computer model of all time. This console slash PC is so old. This is how FIFA looks on it. And yet somehow two footballers managed to release games on it. Paul Gascoigne and Argentine legend Diego Armando Maradona. I'm kidding, Maradona himself didn't actually release a game on it, but Peter Shilton, the English goalkeeper who he scored the famous Hand of God goal on, released his own game and he named it Peter Shilton's Handball Maradona. I couldn't get my hand on the Commodore 64, they are mad expensive, but here's some gameplay I got for Paul Gascoigne's Gaza Soccer Superstar. And here is one for Peter Shilton's Handball Maradona. I can't quite rate them since I didn't play them, but like I said, the ratings are based on how I feel, and I think this is a B tier for Paul Gascoigne. It's a D tier for Peter Shilton, I'm sorry. Our next game is by a Ballon d'Or winner and one of the greatest midfielders of all time. Zinedine Zidane's Football Generation released in 2001. It was on the Game Boy, PC and PlayStation. I got the PlayStation version and I was not expecting this game to look this good. It looks as good as PES 2008, which is crazy for a 2001 game. Like, not even PES looked this good in 2001. I'm genuinely confused. What is going on here? Anyway, since it's Zidane's game, the challenge is to win a match with him. It didn't take long for me to figure out how they made the game look so good. The game is essentially PES with the gameplay of a mobile game. They put all their points into graphics and none into gameplay. I think the reason why I like David Beckham and R9's video games so much was because they all had their own identity. They weren't just trying to copy FIFA or PES, they wanted to make their own game. Football Generation just takes all of that and just shits all over it. People complain about EA and Konami not having any competition, but it's hard to have competition when your competition just sets out to make a copy of your game and make it even worse than you did. Like, there's no point in making such a good looking game if it's going to play worse than Dream League Soccer. I'm honestly quite disappointed. Football Generation, you get a D tier, do better. Our last game is UFL. Ronaldo's name obviously isn't on it like the other games, but he didn't invest a significant amount of money into the development of the game, so it counts for me.
Just begun. Both sides are pretty raw, but they'll be eager to play to their abilities. Inch perfect diagonal ball.
It's supposed to be the AFC killer, but it doesn't need to be. I think it needs to be its authentic self to survive. With most of these games that we played so far, they were best when they weren't just trying to be a FIFA and PES clone. Ronaldo v Football, David Beckham Soccer, they all had their own unique identity. Football Generation, by trying to lean into the PES aesthetic, ended up making quite possibly the worst game on the list. Whether UFO can be the EFC killer or not, I don't know, but I genuinely believe there's a spot on the list for it. This entire generation of football games trying to do something different from EA Sports, Rematch, Goals, even eFootball, they all came to a realization that you can't beat them by trying to beat them. I think that's a way for UFO. As someone who loves football games, I can't wait to see what becomes of this game. UFO, you got an A tier. Hey guys, it's Reginald here. Thanks for watching this video. I'm sorry for the slow pace at which I've been posting. I've got so many more videos planned for later this year. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.